everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dawn with Candy Cane Ridge. Today I'm going to be showing you how to pen baste and spray baste your smaller quilt projects. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss another video. Stick around. Alright, in order to do your pen basting, you're going to need some painter's tape and some, I prefer the curved shank safety pins. And I prefer the bigger ones. You may prefer the smaller ones, but I like the bigger ones. It's whatever your preference is. So I've got my backing fabric laid out. Make sure that you have it pressed and let it come back and rest to its regular temperature. So taking your painter's tape, you're going to tape it down. If you don't have a big enough kitchen table, or you might have to use the floor. Be careful though, if you use the kitchen table, if you have a very special kitchen table, you might want to put something underneath it, like your cutting mat. Because otherwise, as you are running your pins through there, it could possibly scratch the table. So I'm just taping this to my mat. Making sure I'm not stretching it, just making sure that it's pulled smoothly and snug. That's a good word. Thank you, dear. Have my cameraman back there today. And you're just going to tape all the way around it. And you could, if you wanted to, just do one long row, but again, it's whatever you prefer to do. Okay, so once we've got all that taped down, everything's snug and in place, then we're going to take our batting fabric and we're going to lay it down. Now you might notice this is not batting. This is actual fleece. I'm sorry, it's not fleece, it's flannel. So I had actually purchased this for another project and didn't like how it turned out. And I used it one day in something else for some placemats and loved how it turned out as batting. So now for a lot of my smaller projects, I use the flannel and not batting. So you're going to lay out your top. Make sure that your lines are where you want them to be. Make sure nothing's stretched. And then you're going to kind of look at your quilt and get an idea. You want your pins to be about a fist width apart. So I'm going to put a pin in each block and then several around the edges. Just kind of have in your mind about how many pins you're going to need. And I suggest you go ahead and have them open. It just kind of makes the process go a little faster. You want to help me? Some of you you may be asking why the curved shank. Well, as you're taking the pins and going in, it just helps to bring it back up to the top, and you're not having to fight and wrestle with your fabric near as much. So you're going to start in the center and you're going to work your way out on your projects. So I'm just going to start with this block here. And as you go down, I can feel my mat down there, and it's just going to pop right on back up. And as I'm doing this, you can see I'm just kind of taking my fingernail and pressing and just, well, as I said that it didn't work, just kind of holding it up underneath there, and it just kind of helps drive it in. Do these last two here. I'm going to put one here. Come down here and do the opposite. Bless you. All right, we're going to close those back up. We don't need those. And now I'm going to untape everything gently. Now, if you'll notice, I kind of kept them in a straightish line. That helps as you're moving around on your sewing machine, because as you're stitching, you're going to have to be removing these pins. So as we quilt this, I'm pretty much going to start in the center and work my way out with my stitching just like I would my pin basting. So we're going to start in the center, and then we're going to remove these pins, work our way out, and then we're going to go to either ends. And as you're removing your tape, just kind of be mindful that this is fabric with a raw edge underneath there. So you don't want to just rip it. And we are ready to take this to the sewing machine and stitch it up. All right, I'll be right back to show you all about spray basting. All right, so we're back with our spray basting. So you're going to need an old towel and your basting spray. This is just June Taylor Quilt Basting Spray. They have, it's called 505, which is a wonderful product also. This is just what I grabbed, so this is what we're gonna use. You're gonna give it a good shake to get started. We're gonna lay out our backing fabric just like with your pin basting. Give it a good press, let your fabric rest. We've got our batting, which again, I'm using the flannel. Smooth it out. And make sure you've pressed your top on both sides, the back and the front. Gently lay it down. We're not pulling or tugging. Just kind of scooting it around, making sure I have good coverage. Now, what I like to do is I like to take it and unfold it. And then I'm gonna give it a spray. And it stinks. Just gonna lay that batting on top. Smooth that out. Now I'm gonna take this other side. And you can kind of feel it, kind of pull. And then you know that from here over is already glued. Make sure you have good ventilation. Now we're gonna spray some glue on this side. And we don't want to pull and tug our top because we've pressed it, because any extra pulling and tugging, it's gonna move it out of square basically. I'm just laying it down and gently smoothing those out. Making sure my edges are down. Giving my... Now, I like to let this dry for a few minutes. And you can come over to the back. This being a very small project, I did not feel the need to actually use the painter's tape and tape it down. But if you have a bigger project, you can use the same kind of painter's tape that we used when we were pin basting. And once this is dry, you are ready to quilt it. Thanks for sticking around. Let me know in the comments if you prefer pin basting or spray basting. See you in the next video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification. Thanks. Bye-bye.